श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासाद्रि श्री गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की। हरे कृष्णा। परम सौभाग्य पुनः एक बार
Hare Krishna, we are extremely fortunate that you, in association with all of you devotees, have got this opportunity to sing the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. Today is International Women's Day, and usually in our kathas, women are in majority.
और हमारा जीवन, हमारी भक्ति आखिर
our life and our devotional service depends on the mercy of the women around us. When we sit on the Vyas Manch, then we remember Srimati Radharani, who is the mother of all living entities. But today, Srimati Radharani's form, it's today their day, so it's the Women's Day, and it's celebrated today. According to Manusmriti, Manu Maharaj tells a very great philosophical point, especially for men like us. So in Manusmriti, Manu Maharaj writes in the 3rd chapter, 56th verse, he says,
स्तु पूज्यन्ते रमन्ते तत्र देवता यत्रेत्रास्तु न पूज्यन्ते सर्वा तत्राफला क्रिया सर्वास्तत्र अफला क्रिया। जब मनुष्यों का निर्माण हुआ तो मनु
when the humans were created, then Manu Maharaj gave some philosophy for all of us, and of them there is one philosophical point that applies to men. As it's an International Women's Day, So Manu Maharaj has sang the glories of women folk. He says, so if we break Nari, then it will become women or Nari. So he says that wherever the women are worshipped, so where the women are worshipped, there the demigods will roam and they will be present there. So wherever women are respected, honored, there demigods will be present. They will be coming and we can understand it in the other extreme also, where the women are disrespected, dishonored, where they are scolded, beaten, or tortured, so that there demons will reside. Further, Manu Maharaj adds, if we don't respect women, if we don't appreciate them, then whatever work that we do becomes futile. So it is of phala.
सत्कर्म फल नहीं देंगे.
So whatever good deeds we do will not give any benefit to us. They will become futile.
जीवन में कर्म को संपन्न करना है, सफल
So
करना
if we really want to make success in all our good deeds, then so it doesn't mean that we need to worship her with lamp, etc. But it implies we should respect the women. We should honor them. We should be grateful to them. So I would just want to add that this human civilization is incomplete or cannot be created without women. We cannot even imagine the world without women. As you've heard the Bhagavatam, so in Bhagavatam it is mentioned of 84 lakh species. Who created these species? Brahmaji, correct? So from Vishnuji's tummy a lotus evolved and Brahmaji appeared, and from there he created 84 lakh species. So initially he created all men, and then he thought that this world will survive. But by just creating males, this world worked for a while. But Brahmaji understood that now it is not balanced. Everybody is independent. Then to make it run more smoothly, Brahmaji contemplated a lot. With all his 4 heads, he just kept on thinking. When he used all his brains, and then he created the women. And as the women were created, the civilization or universe became systematic. So when he gave birth to 10 sons, out of them they were Shiva, Lord Shiva as well. So without women folk, the house is like a haunted home. So if the wife goes to her parents' home, and if she's not there for 15-20 days, then it appears to be haunted.
So इस सृष्टि को ठीक से चलाने के लिए श्री ब्रह्मा जी
So to make this society work, Brahmaji created women. Without women, a healthy, balanced society cannot be created. Therefore, we all, men and humans at large, should take care that the women should never be disrespected.
इसके बल पर जगत चलता है. थोड़ा गौर कीजिए. अपमान न करना नारियों का, क्योंकि इसके बल पर जगत चलता है. पुरुष जन्म लेकर तो इन्हीं के गोद में पलता है. कई बार हम लोग स्त्रियों का अपमान करते हैं, मजाक.
Sometimes we disrespect, we humor about women, but the man came into existence only because of the women.
एक माला बनाने के लिए,
So there are thousands of flowers that are needed to create a garland.
एक छोटी सी माला बनाने के लिए हजारों दीपक चाहिए. एक आरती सजाने के लिए हजारों बूंद चाहिए. एक समुद्र बनाने के
So
लिए
we need so many water droplets
अपने घर
to make an ocean.
के लिए,
But a woman alone is capable to make her home
अपने घर को
heaven.
स्वर्ग बनाने के लिए स्त्री काफी है. स्त्री चाहे तो अपने घर को स्वर्ग बना सकती है.
So if a woman wants, she can make the home heaven or hell as well.
जो है इसकी मेन स्विच महिलाओं के हाथ में है. इसलिए श्रीमद् भगवद गीता के प्रारंभ में
So in Srimad Bhagavad Gita's start, Arjuna says, Krishna, we should not fight, because if we will fight, then men will die and women will become widow and they will become insecure. Nobody will be there to protect them. So he said that women should be protected. So if the women are not protected, then the societies, families, religion, and religious principles will vanish or extinct.
स्त्री की यदि रक्षा नहीं करेंगे, स्त्री को
So Arjuna says that if women are not protected and they are not respected, then the family will become irreligious and women will become contaminated, corrupt. And when the women will be contaminated, then the children by them will take their ancestors to hell. So therefore, women should always be respected and protected. In Vedas, the ideal woman is projected or portrayed as follows. They say that she has a great heart. Even moonlight is compared to women because she is cold and calm. Shri is addressed as forgiveness, and Saraswati because she is intelligent and she is forgiving. She is all auspicious. She is the giver of fame. She is considered to be the better half. Without 5, a man is considered to be half. Although the Lord is Yog Yogeshwar or Purn Purushottam, but yet without Radharani, he is also considered to be half. So the Lord Shri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, feels blessed to be controlled by Yashomati Mata or by Srimati Radharani.
लेकिन महिमा तो है. हमारी नई पीढ़ी पूर्ण रूप से
So our coming generation is in the hands of women under their direction, because for kids the first teacher is their mother, that is a woman.
उनकी माता सुनीति ने कुछ शब्द कह दिए, वो 5
Dhruv
साल का
was
बालक
told few words by his mother Sunita, and in 6 months he attained the Lord.
कदू अपने बेटे को गर्भ में रखी थी, वो प्रहलाद
Kayadhu was pregnant with Prahlad Maharaj,
को कयाधु
and while he was in the womb,
दुनिया का
he got the education and he became the greatest devotee of the Lord, stalwart devotee of the Lord. And Lord Narsingh Dev
स्त्रियों को है,
manifested on behest to protect him. That is the potency of women. So tomorrow is Chhatrapati Maharaj's appearance day as well,
धरती को
birthday as well.
मुगलों के
So the one
उन्होंने जो
who
जीत हासिल की,
made the Mughals shiver.
उनकी मां
So all these
का था।
sanskar or education was by his mother.
में चले
Women are very glorious. If we go to Bhagavatam, Kunti ji is described
मूर्ति
as
कुंती,
the embodiment of tolerance. In Srimad Bhagavatam, you say
पहली कथा
the first
श्रीमद् भागवत
and foremost pastime in Srimad Bhagavatam
एक महिला
or
को
character
सुनाया गया।
is of a woman.
रामायण में गोस्वामी तुलसीदास जी जब अपना
In Ramayana, Goswami Tulsidas ji
तो सबसे पहले
writes,
एक स्त्री का
so first and foremost he remembers a woman.
महिमा है।
Women are glorious
पहला चरित्र
and magnificent.
सुनाया गया।
So the first and foremost
अश्वत्थामा ने
character of
पांच पुत्र की
Draupadi is portrayed in Srimad Bhagavatam, how her 5 sons were killed, yet her heart was filled
कर दिया।
with mercy and she
वे पांचों पति तैयार थे
forgave
मारने के,
Ashwatthama while
लेकिन
her husbands were ready to kill him, but
हृदय में क्षमा
Draupadi forgave. So a woman has a great heart. She has this quality of forgiveness, and it is portrayed beautifully in Srimad Bhagavatam.
पूरे परिवार, समाज, देश
A woman in the whole
शक्तिशाली बना
home, society, and country and world can energize and this the whole world. So with all best wishes,
हमारे साथ उपस्थित है। इन सभी माताओं को इस
I
अंतर्राष्ट्रीय
on this International Women's Day, I congratulate all of you
नहीं कहना चाहता
and just want to add one thing here.
यदि तुम प्रेम हो, आस्था हो, विश्वास हो, टूटी हुई उम्मीदों की एकमात्र आस हो, हर जान का तुम ही आधार हो, नफरत की दुनिया में तुम ही प्यार हो, उठो अपने अस्तित्व को संभालो, केवल एक दिन ही नहीं, हर दिन तुम्हारे लिए खास हो। सो हर दिन आपके
So I pray that every day is auspicious for all of you. I keep on speaking on a daily basis through the medium of Katha, and I keep on coming through the medium of Katha. So sometimes in the flow of Katha, if I have offended any of you, so on this auspicious day, considering me your son, please forgive me. I don't intend to hurt anyone. I am a devotee of Goddess. So first of all, I remember Srimati Radharani. So if there is any shortcoming or have spoken some harsh words, sometimes in humor, it so happens that women are joked upon, but there is no ego or jealousy. It's just for 1 or 2 minutes of humor. But if I have offended any of you, so please do forgive me, considering me your son. So as today we are celebrating this International Women's Day, so we should remember the women because of whom this human society is learning pure devotional service, unallied devotional service towards the Lord and applying it on
चैतन्य महाप्रभु की पत्नी विष्णु
the,
प्रिया
in their lives. And
आज हम
that is
इस पावन
Chaitanya
पवित्र
Mahaprabhu's
श्लोक को सुन
wife,
रहे हैं
Vishnu Priya. So
आज हम लोग
we are listening to this verse and we are trying to understand the mellows, emotion, bhav, etc. And it's just because of the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could be merciful only when he took the life of celibacy, when he left his wife and home altogether. Just think, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was just 24-year-old and his wife was just 16-year-old or 18-year-old. In the time when the world is to be enjoyed, at that time he leaves his young wife and widowed mother, but for the welfare of humanity at large, he left his home. He took the vow of celibacy and went to the forest. How much surrender had she done? Had Shachi Mata thought she could have stopped her son, if Vishnu Priya Mata thought she could have stopped her husband, but these two women kept a stone on their heart and sent their son and husband for the welfare of the society. It is true that every successful man has women behind her. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is successful, but behind her is a sacrifice and surrender of Srimati Vishnupriya Mata and Shachi Mata.
समर्पण को याद करके
So we should remember their sacrifice and proceed towards Sishta Ashtakam,
चैतन्य महाप्रभु
where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu
संकीर्तनम की महिमा बता रहे हैं
is singing the glories of congregational chanting of the holy names by listening to what which increases our unallied devotional service and love towards the Lord. So such Shiksha Ashtakam has 8 qualities or adjectives, of which we have discussed 4 so far. So only 2 days are left. So we will try to take 2 each in the last 2 days. And we will try to
लेकिन
understand
यह
this
भाव ये श्लोक तब
full verse with complete humility. But we will be able to understand this emotion and mellow only when we have mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we should seek his mercy and blessings so that he be merciful and we are able to understand his mood and emotion. So let's do the Sankirtana.
नमो
जी माइक ना दे
किशोर जय जय श्री राधा रमण जय जय नवल किशोर जय गोपी चित चोर प्रभु जय जय माखन चोर जय जय माखन चोर श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की कली पावन अवतार श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की उपस्थित भगवत कथा अनुरागी पधारे हुए
Hare
भक्त
Krishna. I welcome all the loving devotees of Srimad Bhagavatam, devotees, attendees,
परम सुशोभित करने
and
वाले
I especially want to extend my warm welcome and wishes to
समस्त भक्तगण
all the senior devotees of Brahma Madhva Gaudiya
देश विदेश
disciplic succession, all of you who have gathered through the medium of Govind TV, Facebook, YouTube, etc., from all the parts of the world, all the listeners, and
बड़े भाव से
with loving heart
पूर्ण हृदय से
and
सर्वजन
helpful
हिताय सर्वजन
devotee.
ये सुंदर भागवत कथा का आयोजन करने वाले अमेरिका, शिकागो और बोस्टन निवासी भगू भाई पटेल,
The
रमण
organizer of this beautiful katha, the denizens of
ये पूरा परिवार
Chicago and Boston, the Patel family, I especially want to thank Naresh Bhai and Raj Vilasni Mataji
का परिवार
and their family,
दिनेश,
Inish Binesh,
बहन
Sumitra Ben,
और बोस्टन से
and from Boston,
भाई
Durlabhai Roji Bhai, Patel's whole family,
संगीता बहन,
Trupti Ben, Shailesh Bhai,
प्रीति हर्ष त्रिशान
and Preeti Harsh Trishan,
एवा एजेन त्रसान वृंदन राजन प्रग्नेश पल हर्ष आप सभी भक्तों का श्रीमद् भागवत कथा
So,
के
I welcome you all on the sixth day of Srimad Bhagavatam Katha. Once again, I welcome you all and please accept our humble obeisances at your lotus feet.
राधे श्याम
Radhe Shyam.
परम सौभाग्य
We are extremely fortunate
प्रभु के पावन
that on the auspicious manifestation day of Sri
के इस
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and during the festive season of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance day,
महाप्रभु
we all are listening
महाप्रभु के
to
उपदेश
the divine transcendental instruction of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of which the verse in which he has glorified the holy names,
ऐसे दिव्य श्लोक पर
such divine verse we are discussing.
श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु कहते हैं
So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says,
श्री कृष्ण संकीर्तनम
Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam.
जो है
He says this
विजयी ही नहीं
congregational chanting
परम विजय कराने वाला
is not only the instrument to make us victorious, but it makes us the greatest of all. So, of all the
वो विजयी नहीं कराते
instruments or limbs of devotional
दूर की
service,
बात है
so they are not capable to make us victorious. So, in other instruments, there is always a risk.
होने का चांस है
There is a
व्यक्ति के गिरने का चांस है
chance of fall down,
कृष्ण संकीर्तन में कोई
but
रिस्क नहीं है
there is no risk in congregational chanting. There is no reason or chance of falling down.
और इसीलिए हमारे शास्त्रों में
And therefore, in our scriptures, there is a beautiful verse that is being said,
शर प्रवुत्तयः वातांबु पर्णाशनः तेपि स्त्री मुख पंकजम सुललितम दृष्टवेव मोहन गता। हमारे इतिहास में अनेकों ऋषि
so
मुनि हुए
in our history, there have been so many sages and saints like Vishwamitra, Parashar, Shobri, etc. And how were they? They used to perform so much austerity and penance. And such sages just used to survive on water. Some used to survive on just dried leaves. They had performed great, difficult austerities and penance.
कुछ हवा पीकर रहते थे, कुछ जल पीकर, तो कुछ
Some
सूखे
used to survive only on air, some on water, and some on dried leaves. Vat, Ambu, and Parnashana. Vat is air, Ambu is water, and Parnashan is dried leaves. But after doing such austerity, te api stri mukh pankajam salilitam mohan gata. So after performing such great austerity for long periods of time, if they saw a face of a woman, their all austerity or the fruit of that benefit of that austerity was destroyed. So if we do to use other instruments rather than congregational chanting, that there is this risk and obstacle involved. So just imagine how great Vishwamitra, a personality, was. When he used to perform austerity or meditate, he used to meditate for thousand years. We do chanting. So how long is our chanting, duration of our chanting? Maybe 15-20 minutes, or the practitioners of devotional service sits for 2 hours. But Vishwamitra used to sit on the same spot and used to meditate for thousands of years. But one time it so happened that there was a celestial planet that was sent by Indra, the king of heaven. But whenever there is someone who is doing some good work, Indra get distressed. So in the universe, still there are so people who cannot see whenever there is so much good work going on. That how people can be blissful with this katha. So let's do something that it should all be stopped. But those who are egoistic or jealous, their things get stopped. But the most victorious is congregational chanting. And whoever does that, he will always be victorious because they are doing it with the pure heart. That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said. So Vishwamitra was performing austerity for thousands of years. Although he was not eating anything, drinking anything, he was feeling so much distress. And Devraj Indra sent a celestial being, Apsara, that is Menaka, and she came and she started dancing in front of him, and such blissful environment was created, and this 10,000 years of austerity got destroyed. He became attached to Menaka, that he married her. And then a daughter named Shakuntala was born, who was married later on with King Dushyant, and they got a divine son whose name was Bharat, from whom Mahabharata started. So these are all the past names. So, but in short, Vishwamitra used to perform so much austerity, yet after seeing the face of a woman, he got attached. And what is the reason behind it? That for 10,000 years of austerity that he performed, it could not completely purify his heart. His heart was not completely purified. Therefore, when the women came, he got attached to her. Had he performed congregational chanting, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that first of all, the heart gets purified. Even if there are thousands of Menakas, nothing would have happened. So, Lord, Saint Vishwamitra,
फिर आगे कहते हैं पराशरः,
and then further it's added or said about Saint Parashar. He's such a great sage who was the scholar in astrology and has written Parishar Sanhita. He was the guru of Maitreya Muni. And while he was going to all the holy places and he reached the banks of Yamuna ji, he saw Matsya Gandha. So Vishwamitra got Menaka and Parashar Muni got Matsya Gandha. And Parashar said, this is the best opportune time to procreate a son. If you support, that would be great. So after seeing her, he also got attached. And then Pravartaya. So if we see the example of Shobri Rishi, who was performing austerity for 60,000 years under the water of Yamuna ji. So Vishwamitra was
मछली का
doing
मैथुन किस
penance since 10,000 years, but Shobri was
धाता की 50
been performing, has been performing austerity for 60,000 years. And after seeing fishes procreating, he became so attached that he married.
विश्वामित्र की तपस्या किसने तोड़ी?
So who
कौन सी राशि है? म।
So who
पराशर ऋषि की तपस्या
broke the austerity of Vishwamitra, Menaka, and Parashar's Matsya Gandha,
मछली वो भी म।
that is Matsya Gandha and
ये म राशि से सावधान रहिएगा।
Shobri Rishi got attached by seeing mean, that is fish. So, and he married the daughters of Mandhata. So all of these are from with M, letter M. So we should be careful of this. So, but it's not so, but still it appears here that they all got entangled by the word ma, or by the name ma. So, although they have been performing austerity for thousands of years, yet their hearts were not completely purified. Therefore, when they saw just the face of a woman, they got this lust or desire for sense gratification and they married. That is the fruit of other instruments, where it has been seen that these great sages have fallen down. So we should not blame these sages or saints, because these are their pastimes to teach us something. So we are just testing the instrument of bhakti. So it is a pastime of the sage, but what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to take a leaf from their life. We should learn a lesson from the same. That whatever instrument they used, they could not get detached from women. But on other hand, behind me is Namachari Haridas Thakur. So on one hand, Vishwamitra, Parashar and Shobri sages who had performed great austerities in Satyuga, Dwapar and Treta, and here in this extreme age of quarrel and hypocrisy, Kali Yuga, Sri Haridas Thakur 500 years back was born, and to break his austerity and purity, chastity, a woman was sent and she was told that please destroy his chastity. The reason behind was that Haridas was born in a Muslim family, but he was a great devotee of Lord Shri Krishna, and he was performing unalloyed devotional service towards him. And he used to chant the holy names of the Lord 3 lakh. So he used to chant the holy names of the Lord for 22 hours.
हरिदास ठाकुर 22 घंटे तक भजन करते
So Haridas Thakur used to chant the holy names of the Lord for 22 hours, and rest 2 hours he used to use for resting, eating, etc. And he was so pure that wherever he used to go, people used to become devotees of the Lord just by seeing him, having his darshan. And all these Muslims were distressed, and the Muslim king came, called him, and said, "It is appropriate for you to read namaz, Quran, else." And instead of that, you're chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Haridas Thakur replied, if you say I will read Quran and Kalma, etc., but if you say that I shall leave the holy names of the Lord, that is impossible. Till the point Haridas is alive and till his tongue is there, even if my whole body will be is destroyed, but my tongue is working, this Haridas will never stop chanting the holy names of the Lord. Then that king said that you will be punished. He accepted that. He said that not taking the names of the Lord, what can be more punishable than that? So I will
बोले
just
22
chant the holy names. Whatever punished you feel stuff, can do that. So he was taken to 22 markets, and they used to beat him with a hunter for hours. And once he was thrashed, there used to be blood flowing from his body, but at that time also, sometimes when we get little hurt, we remember mother or father, but still that is okay. But some just abuse it. But great is Srila Haridas Thakur. On each and every thrashing, he chants the holy names of the Lord.
करे हरिदास कृष्ण कृष्ण स्मरण करे हरिदास नामानंदे देहे दुख नाहई प्रकाश नामानंदे देहे दुख नाहय प्रकाश ये सब जीवेर कृपा करह प्रसाद ये सब जीवेर कृपा करह प्रसाद मोरे द्रोहे ना है ये सब साभारय पराध। वो जल्लाद हरिदास को जब वो
So
कोड़े मारते थे तो उनके मुख
Haridas was being tortured and thrashed with the hunter, and he was just chanting the holy names of the Lord. And the writers of the scriptures say that he was so much engrossed in the bliss of the holy names of the Lord. He had so much bliss, ecstasy of chanting the holy names of the Lord, that because of that, he was not even feeling any pain on his body. Today we are going to listen Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadhanam. Haridas Thakur was in so much ecstasy that he was not feeling the thrashing of this hunter on his back. And at that time, the people who were punishing him, he was praying for these people with folded hands. He was saying that these living entities are ignorant. They don't know what is right and wrong. Oh Krishna, please be merciful on them. There is no enmity between us, but they are in ignorance. So please forgive their offense. That is
कोई आदमी
what
आपके
is
पीछे खड़ा
called that
होकर
a
पड़ जाए,
person who is
आपकी निंदा करे,
behind
ईर्ष्या
you
करे,
is
आपको
criticizing
छोटी
you,
बातों में परेशान
jealous
करे,
and ego of you. He distresses
यदि
you.
आप कथा
Yet,
और कीर्तन का सच्चा आनंद ले
if
रहे
you
हो,
are actually
तो
enjoying
उसे
the bliss
कभी
of
अपने उल्टा
Katha
उल्टे
and congregational chanting, you won't be
उसके लिए
bewildered,
दिल से
but
प्रार्थना ही निकलेगी।
you will
नहीं, वो
pray
कुछ
for
नहीं है,
them
वो
that
कुछ
they are
नहीं जानते
ignorant,
हैं, उन नादान जीवों
they
को क्षमा
are unaware.
कीजिएगा।
So please forgive
हरिदास
such
ठाकुर की
people.
ये गरिमा है कि वो
That
अपने
is
नाम का
the
आनंद
pride
जान चुके हैं,
and
नाम का
honor of
रस
Srila
जान
Haridas
चुके हैं।
Thakur, because he has enjoyed the mellows of the holy names
तो
of
वो
the Lord.
महाराज जो थे ना, वो हरिदास को कहने लगे,
Then these
अरे हम तुमको मार मार के थक गए,
people who were punishing him
22 बाजार में
that
हमने
we
तुमको पीटा,
we are
तुम
tired
हमें
of
क्यों पीट
thrashing
रहे
you.
हो?
We have taken you to the
तुम
22
इसको मारे तो
markets.
राजा
Why
हमको
are you not
दंड
dying?
देंगे।
Because if you're not killed, the king
तो
will
हरिदास
punish
ठाकुर
us.
उन
Then
पीटने
Haridas
वाले
Thakur
मारने
said
वाले जल्लादों के
to
लिए
the people who were thrashing
अपने सांस
him,
को रोक
what
लिया।
did he do? He
2-5
stopped
लोग
his
आए,
breath.
हरिदास को चेक किया,
The
बोले ये तो
two
मर
five
गया है।
people came and they said that declared that
महाराज
he
ने
is
कहा
dead.
कि मुस्लिम
So
है,
the king said
इसको यदि
he's a
जिंदा
Muslim.
रखोगे तो जन्नत
If
नसीब
we
होगी,
bury him, he will go
इसे
to
नदी में
heaven.
फेंक दो।
So just throw him
हरिदास
in
को
the
नदी में फेंक
ocean
दिया।
or river.
उन्होंने सोचा
So
कि
he was
मर गया
thrown in
था,
the river. They
हरिदास
had
के
taken him
सांस
for
बंद
dead,
हुए, नदी के उस
but
किनारे
he
से बाहर
he
निकल
was
करके
alive
से
and
एक
he
राम
went from other end
मुकुंद
of the river and
माधव
he chanted only one thing.
गोविंद बोल, मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल, केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल, केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल, हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे राम, राम राम हरे हरे। इस प्रकार श्री
So in
हरिदास
this manner, Sri Haridas Thakur went away from that place.
क्या था, हरि नाम जाप करते थे एक गांव से
So he used to chant the holy names of the Lord and he used to
फिर पुनः एक
roam
गांव
from
में
one village to
जाकर
other.
एक
And
छोटी सी
again he went to another village
रहने लगे।
and he made a
कहते
cottage
देखा
and he
कि
started living
घर में
there.
एक सुंदर तुलसी का पौधा था,
He had a beautiful tulsi tree plant in his veranda and he used to circumambulate the same, and by sitting on the
महामंत्र का जाप करते थे।
footsteps of Tulsi Maharani,
उस
he
राजा
used to chant the holy names of the Lord. So he escaped that king. But now when he came to this village, so now the king of this place got bewildered.
भला आदमी जहाँ भी जाता है,
A person who
परेशानी
is good,
परेशानी हो ही जाती है।
the people who are
अब वहां छूटकर आए थे
not
और
good
यहाँ
are
पर
always bewildered and disturbed.
जिसका
So
नाम
now this
रामचंद्र था,
king was distressed because his name was Ramachandra Khan.
दोनों कैसे, मतलब ये भी सोचने
How
लायक है।
it's possible? It's just
तात्पर्य
we
ये
need
है
to think.
कि
So
जन्म तो
the
हिंदू
essence is
परिवार
that
में हुआ था,
although he was born in a Hindu
नाम
family,
क्या था,
but he
जिसका
changed
नाम
his
था राम,
religion. So
लेकिन
his name
कीर्तन
was Ram,
कीर्तन करने के कारण
but
इसका
because
नाम
of
पड़ा रामचंद्र
religious
खान।
conversion, he became Ramchandra
ध्यान दिया,
Khan.
बोले ये साधु आया है,
So
हमारा
this
मार्केट डाउन हो रहा है,
that now
लोग
that
हमारे
he's here,
धर्म को छोड़ रहे
the
हैं,
people are
दूसरे
leaving
धर्म को
our
अपना रहे हैं,
religion and
इसका
accepting
नाम
his
क्या है,
religion,
कैसे
and
हम
he's
करें, बोले
getting name
हमारा
and
ये
fame.
बदनाम होना
So
चाहिए।
no matter what, we should destroy his
हरिदास
name
ठाकुर को
and fame.
बदनाम करने की
So
साजिश
just
रची
to
गई और रामचंद्र
defame
खान
him,
एक वेश्या के पास गए,
they
जिसका नाम था
created a plot.
हीराबाई।
So Ramchandra Khan went to
कहा
a
कि जितना
prostitute
पैसा
whose name
चाहिए
was
मुझे
Hirabai.
दे
He
दो,
said that no matter how
लेकिन
much money you need,
हरिदास
you can
ठाकुर की
take,
पवित्रता को
but
भंग करो।
you should break his
वो
chastity.
वेश्या इतनी कॉन्फिडेंस में थी,
The prostitute was so overconfident. She said that in just 3 days, in 3 days, this Haridas will not remain Haridas. He will become Hiradas. He will become my slave only in 3 days. So this dancer or prostitute of named Hirabai came to Haridas Thakur and requested. She was wearing beautiful clothes, and she requested him, "I want to marry you." Haridas Thakur was aware. He said, "I will fulfill all your desire, but I have a rule, a regulation. I only do anything after sitting in appreciation and listening to. So until unless I chant the holy name, 3 lakh holy names of the Lord, and by after that I do anything else. So I will fulfill your desire, but I need to chant the holy names of the Lord. So by the time you just wait here."
का जाप करने लगे और वो
So
हीराबाई
Haridas
वेश्या
Thakur
तुलसी की
started chanting the holy names of the Lord. And this Hirabai was sitting next to Tulsi Maharani, and she was not interested in holy names of the name. She was there to break the chastity of Haridas Thakur, but no matter how, with bad feelings or good intent, she was listening to.
कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
So she was listening to the pure names of the Lord,
धीरे धीरे 1 घंटा 2 घंटा
and
10 घंटा
gradually 1 hour, 2 hour, because he used to chant for 22 hours. She was unaware. So she thought that how much time he's going to take. So this dancer thought that today he's not going to complete it. I will come tomorrow. So she went. So Ramchandra Khan came, said that I just saw, but tomorrow I will do your work. So this prostitute came next day and requested, "You please fulfill my desire." Haridas Thakur said that no problem, I will fulfill your desire. But it's my vow that I will chant 3 lakh names of the Lord. After that, I will marry you. So he started chanting the holy names of the Lord again. So 10, 12 hours passed like this. So initially it's bitter and she was not able to enjoy. So she went on the second day as well. So Ramchandra Khan came and said that what exactly are you doing? He said that I am taking the whole money. So 1 day is left. So all your work will be finished or accomplished. So the third day, this dancer, Hirabai, sat there for 22 hours because he used to chant for 22 hours. So constantly for 22 hours, the holy names of the name Lord were being chanted. And when after 22 hours, Haridas Thakur opened his eyes, the scene was totally changed. What was the scene? That prostitute who came there to break his chastity, his vow of celibacy, by just listening to the holy names of the Lord. His chastity was not broken, but on other hand,
चरणों में गिर गई तबे
this
नारी उस नारी ने
prostitute
उस नृत्यांगना ने
bowed down at the lotus feet of Haridas Thakur with folded hands. That woman or that prostitute, what she said with folded hands, with both folded hands, she said, "I came here to test you, to break your chastity and purity. From Brahma, all the sages and saints all get attached or attracted to me.
विश्वामित्र पराशर प्रवुत्तयः विश्वामित्र तक मेरे मोह से दूर नहीं रहे
Even Vishwamitra,
पराशर
Parashar, or Shobri, they all got Gemini, all got bewildered by women. The creators or composers of Vedas got attached to me or attracted to me.
लेकिन हरिदास एकला
But oh Haridas Thakur,
मोहिते नाहिल
you're the only one who never got attached.
इस स्त्री
So great, great personalities
में स्त्री की
got
मोह माया से मोहित हो
attached
गए लेकिन एक
to the women, but you are the one who never got bewildered by the beauty of women. And the reason is that all these sages have performed fire sacrifice, meditation, austerity, etc. But you have taken the shelter of holy names of the Lord. And because of that, your heart is extremely pure and purified. And although I sat there for three days, but you were not bewildered or you were untouched
और
by
आज
this
मुझे
material energy. So now I'm
दुष्कर्म
getting this realization that I was going to make such a great sin. She was overwhelmed with tears that I was about to sin and offend you. Please forgive me. And because of my offense, I will go to hellish planet. So please save me from going to the hellish planets. So Haridas said that your heart has transformed. So by seeing Menaka, Vishwamitra had a fall down. Parashar, by seeing Matsagandha, fell down. But in this case, what happened? Haridas Thakur didn't fall down, but he became so purified by chanting of the holy names that he purified the prostitute who came. So imagine how much potency and purity the holy names of the Lord behold. So whoever came to break his chastity was also transformed. So Srila Haridas Thakur said that you transform, and if you are feeling this penance, then there is no better thing than this chanting of the holy name. So he gave her his chanting beads and said that you just take shelter of Tulsi ji and stay in this home. I will leave this home. You can stay here and chant the holy names of the Lord. She became so much blessed and enjoyed so much ecstasy by chanting the holy names of the Lord that she became a stalwart devotee of the Lord. Those who take the holy names of the Lord, they become great devotees of the Lord. And even Mirabai said this.
राम रटन धन पायो खर्चा न खूटे चोर न लूटे खर्चा न खूटे हे चोर न लूटे दीन दीनत बढ़ सवायो पायो जी मैंने हे जी राम रतन धन पायो। मीरा कहती है कि पायो जी
So Meera says that I have got the greatest wealth of all. And what is that wealth? That is the holy names of Lord Sri Ram. So the wealth of this material, whether it's Indian rupee or American dollar or UK's pound, it gets depreciating each day. The more we spend, it gets diminished. But Mirabai says that it never gets diminished and it can never be stolen. So all this gross wealth can be taken away or stolen away by thieves, but these holy names of the Lord's wealth can never be diminished by spending it, nor it can be stolen, and every day it keep on increasing. And I got the greatest wealth of Ram Nam. So if someone asks Mirabai, who gave it to you? Then Mirabai replies,
यमोल दीन मेरे सदगुरु वसतु यमोल हे जी दीन मेरे सदगुरु कृपा कर अपनायो पायो जी मैंने हे जी राम रटन धन पायो। ये अमूल्य वस्तु मुझे मेरे
So
सदगुरु
this
ने दी।
precious wealth was provided to me by my spiritual master. So we are listening again and again that we are supposed to chant the holy names of
में
the
रहकर
Lord,
हम
but
लेते हैं
under the shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. And if we take it under his shelter and guidance, it becomes
कृपा करी अपना
precious,
पायो जी
more potent.
राम रतन धन पायो। आगे बहुत सुंदर कहती है, जन्म जन्म
So
की
further,
पाई
she adds,
जग में सब खुमायो पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो। सो इस प्रकार से
so in this manner,
संकीर्तन की बड़ी महिमा है।
congregational chanting of the holy names is glorious, it's benevolent,
हृदय को पूर्ण रूप से शुद्ध कर
it
देता है।
completely purifies our heart and consciousness.
मोह माया
The whole world's
स्पर्श नहीं कर।
material energy cannot touch us.
दूसरा, हरि नाम
And
जाप करने में
by chanting the holy names of the Lord,
का भाव हो कि
no matter what your mood or emotion is, sometimes people say that you chant the holy names, you should have good intent. But if you have even if you don't have a good intent, if you have good intent, then it's good. But even if your intent is not good,
भाव की उतनी महिमा
or you don't have that mood or emotion,
मंत्रों में है। आप देखो,
in
आपको संध्या
other mantras, there is this concept of being in good mood or in a mood or intent.
पुराण में लिखा है,
So in Skanda Puran, it is mentioned while doing
नाप कृता
the
संध्या
arti or veneration at sunset,
यदि बिना विधि के संध्या करो
if you don't do it according to rules and regulation, and if you don't do it on time,
नहीं मिलेगा।
then you will not get the benefit or fruit of the same.
कन्या स्त्री मैथुनम यथा, कैसे?
How?
जैसे किसी
As
बांझ स्त्री से कोई पुत्र नहीं हो सकता,
a barren woman cannot give birth to a
और
son,
अविधि से
similarly,
संध्या कभी
if you do venerate the Lord on in sunset
फिर क्या है?
without rules and regulation and time poundage, then you will not get any benefit. So you have to chant Gayatri mantra, and it is said,
अर्थात मान लो
it
आपके पास
implies,
समय नहीं है,
if you are short of time
आपको कहीं बाहर जाना है,
and you are supposed to go out
गायत्री करने का टाइम हो गया,
and it's time to perform the Gayatri,
बैठे हो लेकिन माइंड
so
में
if you say this,
चित व्यग्र है,
and but your mind is not at peace, so it's mentioned in Skand Puran,
व्यग्र चित से की गई
if
गायत्री
you
भी
do the Gayatri with this,
देती हो, नहीं करने
it will not give you any benefit. It's like not doing anything.
अपराध है।
It is an offense towards this Gayatri mantra.
अब देखो, आप फिजिकली तो बोल रहे हो ना, ओम
So physically you are bowling, you're speaking,
आंखें बंद
and
सब कुछ है, लेकिन आपके
your eyes are closed, etc. But your heart
जल्दी करो, हमको जाना है।
is anxious that we need to do it fast and as we have to go. So you are doing everything. You're following the rules and regulation and you're sitting on a proper seat. But if your heart is anxious, then that Gayatri will not be beneficial to
ये
you.
अन्य मंत्रों में बहुत सारे रूल्स
So in other mantras, there is so many rules and regulation. We need to take care of so many things. If something here and there goes haywire, then the result will go zero. But even that is okay. But sometimes it gives negative reaction to us.
जीवन में कुछ बुरा कर देगा, हमारे जीवन में कोई बहुत
It will make
समस्या
or bring
खड़ा
a
कर देगा।
great obstacle in our life.
लेकिन हरि नाम के विषय में क्या कहा
But what is said about the holy names of the Lord, that is Harinam,
बहुत सुंदर कहते हैं,
Goswami Tulsidas ji write beautifully.
आपका भाव मूड
He says
विधि
that
सब कुछ चाहिए,
there is so much rules and regulation to chant the mantras, but for chanting the holy names of the Lord, he says,
अनख यालस हूँ नाम जपत मंगल दिसि दसहु सुमीरी सो नाम राम गुण गाथा करुणाई रघुनाथ हिमाता। अन्य मंत्रों को जपने में विधि
So he
चाहिए,
says there is so many rules and regulations and stage and place, and you should have your pure heart.
लेकिन
But
हरिनाम संकीर्तन
for
में
chanting the holy names of the Lord,
भाव हो
bhai, even if you don't have mood or emotion,
तो भी नो प्रॉब्लम।
then also it's okay. If you don't have, then also. If you're lazy and you're doing forcefully, then also no problem.
जैसे तैसे भी आप हरिनाम
No
संकीर्तन
matter how you chant the holy names of the Lord,
आपका मंगल ही मंगल।
from all directions you will get auspiciousness.
राम गुण गाथा करो नाई रघुनाथ ही माथा। और इसलिए राम जी के
And
चरणों में
therefore,
प्रणाम करके
we bow down at the lotus feet of Lord Sri Ram and Lord Sri Krishna
का संकीर्तन
and chant his holy names. We should do congregational chanting constantly.
तो ऐसे श्री कृष्ण संकीर्तन की महिमा श्री
So,
चैतन्य
such glories of congregational chanting, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is speaking. So, so far we have discussed or heard the four glories, but now we are going to speak about Ananda Buddhi Vardhanam. But before that, we will have some information regarding upcoming programs, and then we will proceed further.
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा। तो फिर से बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद इस ग्रेस लाल गोविंद जी का कि आज बहुत ही सुंदर दिन है। जैसे कि प्रभु जी ने बताया कि इंटरनेशनल वुमेन्स डे, और हमारे भारतीय, हमारे जो सनातन धर्म है, स्त्रियों की, माताओं की क्या महिमा है, प्रभु जी ने बहुत सुंदर यहाँ पर हमको आज स्मरण कराया। और कैसे माता के एक माता ही है जो इफ शी वांट्स शी कैन कन्वर्ट हर हाउस इनटू अ स्वर्ग, एक हेवन बना सकती है। तो ये माता के हाथ में होता है, और अगर कोई भी इच्छा करे तो शी कैन डेस्ट्रॉय एवरीथिंग। तो बहुत सुंदर यहाँ पर विमेंस डे के विषय में प्रभु जी ने अपने विचार शास्त्रों के माध्यम से हम सबके बीच में प्रस्तुत किए, विच वॉज माइंड ब्लोइंग। प्रभु जी, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर दैट। एंड बहुत ही सुंदर उसमें उदाहरण हमें मिला कैसे माता विष्णुप्रिया, जो हम यहाँ पर कथा श्रवण कर रहे हैं श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की द्वारा प्रदान की गई उन शिक्षाओं की। तो चैतन्य महाप्रभु ही वाज हाउस होल्ड एंड द बिगिनिंग, परंतु फिर माता विष्णुप्रिया का बहुत सुंदर त्याग है, उनकी भी बहुत सुंदर कथा है शास्त्र में। तो यहाँ पर श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु का, जैसे प्रभु जी ने बताया, कलेक्ट किया कि कैसे विष्णुप्रिया माता का त्याग है, जिसके फलस्वरूप हम सबको श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की इन सुंदर शिक्षाओं को प्राप्त किए हम सब, और इस संकीर्तन आंदोलन हम सबको प्राप्त हुआ। तो दैट इज मदर ओनली विष्णुप्रिया, जिनकी हम कृपा से आज श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की शिक्षा को श्रवण कर रहे हैं। और जैसे प्रभु जी प्राय भी कथा प्रारंभ हो उसके पूर्व में माता का आदर करते हैं, राधे मेरी स्वामी। तो दैट इज अगेन श्रीमती राधा रानी, हु इज इंटरनल कॉन्सर्ट ऑफ लॉर्ड श्री कृष्णा। तो ऐसे सुंदर सुंदर आज दिन है जिसमें हम सबको यह कुछ श्रवण करने को मिला माताओं की महिमा के विषय में। और बहुत सुंदर हमने श्रवण किया कि कैसे यदि व्यक्ति हजारों साल तपस्या करता है परंतु फिर भी उसका चित्त शुद्ध नहीं हो सकता है, जिसमें प्रभु जी ने बहुत सुंदर उदाहरण दिए कैसे पराशर ऋषि और शौभरी ऋषि तथा विश्वामित्र, इन तीनों ने कई हजारों साल तक तपस्या की, परंतु उन्होंने उनकी अंत में वह तपस्या डिड नॉट फुलफिल, फलीभूत नहीं हुई, बिकॉज उनके हृदय में उस प्रकार के विचार आए। तो यहाँ पर उनके समक्ष उसके विपरीत यदि कोई व्यक्ति भगवान नाम जप करता है, हरि नाम का आश्रय लेता है, तो चाहे ना भाव को भाव अनक आलासु, जैसे प्रभु जी ने भी बताया कि कैसे इवन इफ ही इज नॉट अटेंटिव नहीं है, फिर भी यदि वो भगवान नाम का आश्रय लेता है, स्वीकार करता है, जप करता है, और समहाउ डेफिनेटली ये जो हरि नाम है उसको ऊपर की ओर लेके जाता है और उसके चित्त को शुद्ध करता है। और यहाँ पर बहुत सुंदर इसके इन तीनों के विपरीत में हरिदास ठाकुर का पास टाइम हमने श्रवण किया कि कैसे हरिदास ठाकुर प्रतिदिन 3 लाख नाम जप करते थे, विच वॉज अराउंड 192 माला। जैसे हम 16 माला करते हैं, वैसे इट बिकम्स 192, 192 माला श्री नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर जपते थे, जिसमें कि 22 घंटे लगते थे। तो वी कैन थिंक कि उनका क्या रहेगा, मतलब उनका आभा, उनकी जो सोच, उनकी जो भक्ति का लेवल क्या डीप रहेगा, कितना उनकी शरणागति रहेगी कि खाली दिन में 2 घंटा मिलता था अन्य सारी क्रियाओं करने के लिए, उसके बाद 22 घंटा भगवान के नाम का जप करना। तो दिस इज द ग्लोरी ऑफ कृष्ण के भक्त जो भगवान नाम का आश्रय लेते हैं। ये उनकी महिमा है। और इसी के फलस्वरूप हमने देखा कि कैसे माया देवी उनके पास आई, परंतु उनको विचलित नहीं कर सकी, उल्टे माया देवी ने उनका शरण ग्रहण कर लिया और भगवान नाम का आश्रय लिया। तो यह है भगवान के भक्त की महिमा, जहाँ पर आज हमें इस कथा के माध्यम से प्रभु जी ने हम सबको बताया। तो बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद प्रभु जी। और अन्य अन्य मंत्रों के विषय में भी बहुत सुंदर जानने को मिला कि कैसे यदि हम संध्या है वो विचलित मन से करते हैं या फिर व्यग्र होकर करते हैं तो उसका फल हमें प्राप्त नहीं होता है। परंतु यदि हम हरि नाम जब जैसे हम प्राय सुबह करते हैं, बैठते हैं, तो कभी कभी देखते हैं कि कोई व्यक्ति यॉर्निंग है और यहाँ वहाँ कार्य करते हुए, भ्रमण करते हुए हरिनाम जपा करता है, नो प्रॉब्लम। तो इसी शिक्षाष्टक में हम देखेंगे आगे जाकर वहां पर एक सुंदर श्लोक है जहाँ पर श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु कहते हैं कि ना कौन सा है वो श्लोक, दैट इज बहुत सुंदर वो श्लोक है जिसमें श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की महिमा बता रहे हैं कि इसके ऊपर स्थान व काल का प्रभाव नहीं होता है, आप किसी भी समय जप सकते हैं, कहीं भी जप सकते हैं, इसमें कोई नियम नहीं है। तो ये सुंदर महिमा है। हम यहाँ पर इस कथा में श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की शिक्षाओं के माध्यम से प्रभु जी के मुखार से श्रवण कर रहे हैं। सो वेरी ग्रेटफुल टू प्रभु टू इंट्रोड्यूसिंग दिस वंडरफुल शिक्षास इन फ्रंट ऑफ अस दैट इज रियली बहुत ही हम सबके लिए लाभदायी है और स्वीकारने योग्य है, उनको ग्रहण करने योग्य है। तो थैंक यू सो मच प्रभु, और थैंक यू सो मच टू दिस वंडरफुल फैमिली हु हैज होस्टेड दिस वंडरफुल कथा, जिससे कि हम सब इस सुंदर शिक्षाओं को हम श्रवण कर रहे हैं। तो हम आशा करते हैं कि जैसे यहाँ पर हम प्रभु जी के मुखारविंद से श्रवण कर रहे हैं हरिनाम की महिमा, तो प्रत्येक दिन यहाँ पर हम भी अमृत चर्चा प्लेटफॉर्म पर यह प्रयास कर रहे हैं कि भगवान नाम जप हो। जैसे भारत में ब्रह्म मुहूर्त का समय होता है, तब हम प्रयास करते हैं कि ये हरिनाम जपा करे, सब लोग आए, एकत्रित हो। तो सबके लिए सुंदर व्यवस्था है, प्लेटफॉर्म है, जहाँ पर आप यदि अपने स्थान मंदिर से दूर है तो हमारे साथ में इस प्लेटफॉर्म के साथ जुड़कर हम सब एक साथ मिलकर इस भगवान नाम को जप कर सकते हैं, जिससे कि हम भी उसी कृपा को प्राप्त कर सके, उसी भाव के प्रति अग्रसर हो सके जो हमारे आचार्यों का मूड है। तो आप सबसे निवेदन है कि आप सब इसमें हमारे साथ में अवश्य जुड़िए। सुबह 5:30 से लेकर 7:30 बजे प्रारंभ होता है भारत के समय के अनुसार, और यदि आप वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज में हैं लाइक इन अमेरिका, तो उनके लिए अभी 7 to 9 PM ये जपा का कार्यक्रम होता है। तो आप सभी से अनुरोध है कि आप सब इसमें अवश्य जुड़िए। और ये जो महिमा कथा हम श्रवण कर रहे हैं प्रभु जी के श्रीमुख से, उनका एकमात्र यही उद्देश्य है कि हम सब नाम आश्रय स्वीकार करें, हरिनाम जप को। यहाँ पर सुंदर व्यवस्था भी है जिससे कि हम सब भगवान नाम को साथ में बैठकर जप सकते हैं। सो थैंक यू वंस अगेन। आइए निवेदन करते हैं पुनः श्रीमान लाल गोविंद जी से कि वह शेष कथा को भी श्रवण करें।
चेतो दर्पण मार्जनम भव महा दावाग्नि निर्वापणम श्रेयः कैरवचंद्रिका वितरणम विद्यावधू जीवनम् आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदम् पूर्णामृतास्वादनम् सर्वात्मा स्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्ण संकीर्तनं श्रीकृष्ण संकीर्तनम्. So गत सत्र में
So, previously, we have discussed about the fourth adjective of congregational chanting, that is Vidyavadhu Jivanam. So, the life and soul of education is congregational chanting of the Holy. So, we discussed so many meanings yesterday about the same, and an easy explanation is Shadanga Veda. So, there are 6 paths of Vedas, and of these 6 paths or limbs, if somebody has memorized, read them or memorized them, and if they have learned the history, and the one who has already memorized all the Puranas, and no matter even if he is the greatest intellectual of all, yet if he doesn't chant the holy names of the Lord, then, and if that person is not interested or attached to holy names of the Lord, then all that education is futile, it's dead, it's lifeless, soulless. Because the life and soul of education is congregational chanting of the holy names. So, even if you have memorized so many verses and scriptures, but your life is devoid of congregational chanting, then that bookish knowledge is futile. It's dead. Because Vidya becomes auspicious when it is married to congregational chanting of the holy names. So, education should be married to the holy names of the Lord. All our words, each and every word and statement, especially of a speaker or an orator, should be merged in the holy names of the Lord. They should be drenched in holy names of the Lord. If you eat chapati without butter, you won't enjoy it. You should have some clarified butter on it. Similarly, the speech should be drenched in Harinam or holy names of the Lord. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Vidyavadhu Jivanam, and if you see this verse, so this Cheto Darpan Marjanam is the stage of practicing devotional service. So but to purify this heart is the stage of process. So this Bhava Mahadava Agni Nirvapanam also is the stage of practicing devotional service. It is sadhan bhakti. Then Shreya Kairav Chandrika Vitranam. So by congregational chanting, the lotus of our spiritual life gets nourished. So this is also the practicing stage. And the fourth, that is Vidyavadhu Jivanam, is also the stage of practicing devotional service. But now, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is describing not the practicing stage, but the stage which has where the unalloyed devotional service towards the Lord has been accomplished. That is sadhya. So these four, after we have passed all these 4 steps, so now our process of devotional service have been accomplished, and now we have attained the stage of unalloyed devotional service towards the God, Lord.
प्रतिपदम पूर्णामृता स्वादनम। हो सकता है कि साधन अवस्था में हरिनाम संकीर्तन करते हुए आपको इतना सुख न मिले।
So it might happen that when you're practicing the devotional service, you might not get happiness, but in the stage where you have accomplished
तो अब चैतन्य महाप्रभु
the stage, then you enjoy bliss and ecstasy.
का प्रतिपादन करने जा रहे हैं।
And that is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to say. So Thakur Bhakti Vinod
प्रश्न उठाया,
has asked a question. So let's have a look on the same.
ठाकुर भक्ति विनोद कहते हैं,
So Thakur Bhakti Vinod says,
श्री कृष्ण वधुत्वम लीला विलास वर्णनादो द्रष्टव्यम स्थूल लिंगमय कायिक शरीरे गते सति जीवस्य अणुत्वम निर्मलम भवति। संस्कृत में है, सरल अर्थ है।
so it's in Sanskrit, but it's very easy Sanskrit. So it is said that when we perform congregational chanting of the holy names of the Lord, then his unalloyed devotional service, that is the
Even
by the potency of the Lord, the effect of the external energy of the Lord Maya gets eradicated,
और हमारा एक विशेष शरीर प्राप्त होता है।
and we get a special body. As we heard yesterday,
भाव के अनुसार
according to our mood and emotion, we get the body of a gopi, manjari or kinkari, etc.
तो यहाँ पर ठाकुर भक्ति विनोद ने प्रश्न
So here Bhakti Vinod Thakur asks a beautiful question here.
कहते हैं कि
He
हमारा
says,
स्थूल शरीर खत्म हो जाता
this
है,
gross body gets destroyed by doing congregational chanting of the holy names,
भगवत
and our
अनुसार
subtle body,
प्रकट होता है,
according to our emotion and mood, gets
शरीर प्रकट।
develop or
ठाकुर
appear.
भक्ति विनोद कहते हैं, तदा
So
तस्य
Thakur
सुखम
Bhakti Vinod says,
रूपत्वात्। स्थूल शरीर खत्म हो गया,
so as the gross body is destroyed and we got a subtle body,
हमारा
so
आनंद
then
भी सूक्ष्म हो जाएगा।
will our
शरीर सूक्ष्म हो
bliss
गया,
will also
तो
become
जो आनंद
smaller.
मिलता है वो भी
So as we got a smaller body, so will our bliss will also be diminished.
परमाणु
Then he says,
क्षुद्रम भवति, मतलब हमारा सुख भी छोटा हो जाएगा।
will our happiness also become
भजन
small
सूक्ष्म
or diminished?
प्राप्त होगा, तो हमारा सुख भी सूक्ष्म हो जाएगा।
So because we have now got a smaller body, so will our ecstasy also be diminished or reduced?
श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु
And then he further adds,
हैं,
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching us that by performing congregational chanting of the Lord, we will lose our gross body and will attain a subtle body. But in that subtle body, our ecstasy will increase manifold.
के समुद्र का वर्धन होगा।
It will become the ocean of ecstasy and it will increase day by day. That is why the fifth adjective is Anand Buddhi Vardhanam.
सो आनंद अम्बुधि वर्धनम। संकीर्तन करते करते करते
So by doing congregational chanting constantly, we will become so blissful, we will be filled in ecstasy, and the example is given by Ambudhi. Ambu means water. So the ocean filled with water, as an ocean has water everywhere, there is water in an ocean. So we will attain that stage that we will always surrounded by bliss and ecstasy.
आनंद संत फकीर करे, जो आनंद संत फकीर करे, वो आनंद नाही अमीरी में, जो आनंद संत फकीर करे। जो आनंद साधु
So
संत
the bliss that sages and saints enjoy, it's not there in the wealth.
साधुओं के पास हो सकता है
Why?
गाड़ी बंगला पैसे,
Because the sages may not have money, wealth, opulence, wealth, etc., but they have
और हमारे पास इतना कुछ होने के
the
बाद
congregational chanting of the holy names.
करना पड़ता है।
And although we have so much wealth, but we have to find for happiness. We are always in search of happiness, but the sages and saints are always in happiness and blissful situation and mood.
चैतन्य महाप्रभु कहते हैं आनंद कैसा
So
है,
here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says this Anand or bliss is how? It's like an ocean. Vardhanam, that means it increases. So now just see
हमारे जीवन का आनंद जो है या हमारा स्वरूप जो है
what
समुद्र
is
के समान है।
the bliss of our
महाप्रभु का
life.
एग्जाम्पल समझना चाहिए।
So let's understand the example of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
देखते हैं कि समुद्र में अनेकों नदी
So in
प्रवेश,
an ocean, so many rivers join the ocean. Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Godavari, Alaknanda, Narmada, Gomati, Dhenumati, etc., etc.
समुद्र में प्रवेश करते
So all these rivers enter the ocean, yet
होता है।
the ocean never gets overflowed.
सारी नदियां समुद्र में
So many rivers constantly flow inside the ocean,
ऐसे समुद्र
but by that, this ocean never jumps.
महाप्रभु ये सिखा रहे हैं।
So that is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching.
और
We are the ocean,
अनेकों प्रकार के सुख हमारे जीवन में खो
and we are trying to have happiness, and we are searching the happiness.
की नदी समुद्र में प्रवेश करे,
So many types of ocean rivers enter the ocean,
नहीं होता वो
yet
नदियों के
the ocean never gets overwhelmed. The waves are not because of the rivers. Similarly, in our life, we get bliss from other sources, from sometimes from kids, from sometimes from wealth or from food, some from them by movie. So we are taking all these rivers inside like an ocean that let someone touch us. But the ocean has so many rivers entering it, but still it doesn't get overwhelmed or distressed. But it's the day of full moon, and when the moon shines with its moonlight, then by the attraction of that moonlight, the ocean has great waves because of that. So no matter so many rivers have been passing, entering the ocean, but it never gets bewildered. But on the day of full moon, because of the moonlight, it has so many large, great waves. Similarly, in this world, there are so many instruments and sources to get happiness, yet they are like rivers. They enter and we try to be happy, but that material happiness cannot revolutionize our heart. It doesn't give that much ecstasy or bliss, but the congregational chanting of the Lord
अनंत तरंग पैदा कर देता है,
brings great waves in the heart of the ocean of the devotee's heart. Our devotees of India, They are listening to the Katha till 12 o'clock at night. It is because of the bliss and ecstasy. Are they listening because they are unhappy? This is the bliss or ecstasy of Sankirtan. So small, small rivers. So we have seen so many small, small happiness, what we have eaten and done. But whatever happiness we get from congregational chanting of the Lord, that we cannot see anywhere else. So Krishna Sankirtan is like full moon, and as it revolutionizes the ocean, and it revolutionizes so much that sea crosses its limit, and sometimes because of those waves, it crosses its limit. And just remember, by entering of the rivers, it never gets overflowed, no matter how many rivers fall. And from time immemorial, the rivers are entering, but by that, the ocean never gets overflowed. But on the night of full moon, because of the moonlight, the ocean loses its control and limit. Similarly, the happiness of this material universe will not bring that much ecstasy or bliss in our heart, but congregational chanting of the holy names comes through the medium of tears from our heart. It breaks its limit. Then there might be a question, why there is so much bliss in congregational chanting of the Lord? Then it is answered in Padma Puran and Vishnu Dharmotra, and our Rup Goswami has mentioned in Nectar of Devotion. He has requested that why is there so much bliss in the holy names of the Lord? Rup Goswami says,
नाम चिंतामणि कृष्ण चैतन्य रसविग्रह नाम चिंतामणि कृष्ण चैतन्य रसविग्रह पूर्ण शुद्धो नित्य मुक्तो पूर्ण शुद्धो नित्य मुक्तो अभिन्नत्वा नाम नामिनो अभिन्नत्वा नाम नामिनो. संसार के अन्य अन्य वस्तु में उतना आनंद है, उतना
so
सुख
there
नहीं है.
is not that much happiness in this material world as compared to the happiness that we enjoy by congregational chanting. And the reason behind the same is, why? Because this name itself is transcendental. The instruments of material happiness are gross or material. They are not spiritual or transcendental. But Krishna's name is spiritual. It is not material or gross. It is transcendental. And even our soul is transcendental. Therefore, the material things can never give pleasure to the spiritual thing. So it fulfills the desire. And what is name? Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. As Lord Shri Krishna is filled with rasa, mellows, as he all the types of rasas, similarly, his names also contain all the rasas and emotion. It has fraternal madhurya, paternal, etc.
कृष्ण का नाम पूर्ण शुद्ध है
His name is completely pure and
और सबसे बड़ी बात
eternal,
कृष्ण
and
में और कृष्ण के नाम में
there,
कोई अंतर नहीं
Krishna and Krishna's name are non-different.
नाम नामिने
Abhinvatma Nam Namine. So there is no difference between Krishna and his names.
इतना आनंद
So
क्यों आता है
why do we enjoy
क्योंकि कृष्ण आनंद
congregational
करता है
chanting?
हम
Because
कृष्ण
the
की
Lord
लीला
himself is filled with emotion. What do we sing for Lord Shri Krishna?
कृष्ण का
5,000 years before, when Krishna was born, what did Brijvasis say?
ए नंद के घेरा नंद भयो जय कन्हैया लाल की हेलो हेलो नंद के घेरा नंद भयो जय कन्हैया लाल की जय कन्हैया लाल की हो जय कन्हैया लाल की जय कन्हैया लाल की हो जय कन्हैया लाल की नंद के घेरा नंद भयो जय कन्हैया लाल की नंद के घेरा नंद भयो जय कन्हैया नंद के घेरा नंद भयो हे नंद के घेरा नंद भयो नंद के घेरा नंद भयो जय कन्हैया लाल की नंद के घेरा नंद भयो जय कन्हैया लाल की श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की सो इस प्रकार कृष्ण जो है
So in this manner, Krishna is filled with all the moods and mellows. So he is bliss personified. And here it is said that the names and Krishna's form are non-different. So Krishna is filled with bliss and his names are non-different. So his name also is blissful. By just putting Krishna on your lap, the melody or love that you will enjoy, or bliss you will enjoy, will be similar when you chant the holy names of the Lord. Therefore, Krishna's name and congregational chanting always increases the ocean of our happiness and bliss. There might be a question by all of you here that you have sung the glories of the holy names of the Lord, and we all are chanting the holy names of the Lord on a daily basis. But the extent that you are speaking and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has spoken, we're not getting that much bliss. According to the scriptures, there is so much glory of holy names of the Lord that there is so much bliss and ecstasy that is mentioned in the scriptures.
हम लोग अनुभव नहीं कर पा रहे हैं इसका कारण क्या है क्या कृष्ण के नाम में कोई कमी है कृष्ण का नाम दिन भर दिन ढीला होते जा रहा है मतलब फीका पड़ते जा रहा है नहीं कमी जो है ना हम लोगों में है कृष्ण नाम की महिमा तो महाप्रभु ने कह दी
Shortcoming is not of in the name of the Lord, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said that it is the bliss, it is the bliss that increases the ocean of blissful. And yet, if we are not able to enjoy that bliss, then it's our shortcoming. For example, the sugar, if you eat sugar and you feel that it is bitter, then you are suffering from jaundice.
जिसको जॉन्डिस हुआ है,
So a person who
मीठी मिश्री
is suffering from jaundice, even if he eats sweet, he feels it bitter. So tell me, is this a problem of the sweet or sugar or of your? So if the holy names of the Lord is not giving us ecstasy, is it our problem or shortcoming or Harinams? So another example,
जब
the
के गोद में बैठते हैं,
epitome of bliss, Yashoda Maya is so much filled with ecstasy when he sits in the lap that her
लेकिन वही कृष्ण
bosom
मथुरा में गए
flourishes with
और मथुरा में
milk, overflows with milk.
अखाड़े
And
में
when the gopis see him, they are overfilled with joy.
प्राण और मुष्टिक
But
तोषल
when Krishna went to Mathura,
टच किया,
so they also touched, the demons also touched Krishna.
करके आनंद
So as gopis and Yashoda Maya enjoyed the touch of Krishna, similarly,
ने भी कृष्ण
these Charur, Mushtik,
लेकिन जो
etc. demons also touched the Lord, but they didn't get that
गोपियों को मिलता
bliss that they enjoyed.
मिला, तो क्या कृष्ण के अंदर आनंद कम हो गया?
So, was there less bliss in Krishna? No. Actually, and Mushtik's emotion or mood was not right. So, Harinam is sweet, and even if we don't feel it sweet, the reason, there are two reasons. First, either our heart is not purified or we are offending the Vaishnavas. So, because of our offenses or because of our sins, we are not able to enjoy the mellows of Harinam. So, the problem lies with us. It's our failure and shortcoming because the holy names are pure, but because of our offenses and shortcomings, we are not able to enjoy this bliss of ocean. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, if we remove our offenses, if we leave doing sinful activities and offenses, then there is so much ecstasy and bliss in holy names of the Lord's chanting. So if in Rupa Goswami's language, then it can be said. So in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he has used two technical words.
તમે તો છોકરાઓમાં જ ફસાઈ ગયા છો.
Madhusudan Prabhu. Moksha Laghutakrit and Sudurlabha. So these two are the adjectives in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and they are used for this Anand Ambudhi Vardhanam, that is increasing of the ocean of bliss. So it says that it is so much blissful that even liberation appears to be worthless, futile, as compared to the congregational chanting of the. So if our heart is pure and we are not offending others and we are performing congregational chanting, and the associates of the Lord come, you will refuse them that please let us do the congregational chanting. So that is called moksha laghuta krit. Even liberation looks worthless as compared to the bliss of congregational chanting. The bliss that is in Braj, that is not even at the door of liberation or the home temple of liberation.
जितना छवि सुंदर श्याम में है उतना सुख और कहीं भी नहीं, जितना सुख कृष्ण के नाम में है. जितना सुख कृष्ण के नाम में है.
So the bliss that is there in the name of holy names is nowhere to be found. So
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu कहते हैं श्री
So Sri
कृष्ण
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says,
आनंद अम्बुधि वर्धनम
Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Anand Ambudhi Vardhanam. Sri Rupa Goswami
बताए
has told the 9 stages of the loving devotional service towards the Lord, and the 8th stage is Bhav
भाव का स्तर है
or Mellow, and this is the stage of Bhav or Mellow. So when we reach this stage, then
एहसास करेंगे
we will experience this ocean of bliss and ecstasy. So in this manner, this congregational chanting of the Lord can take us to the stage of bhava
अब यहाँ पर एक प्रश्न होगा
or emotion. So there might be a question here
श्री कृष्ण संकीर्तनम कृष्ण संकीर्तन करने से
that by doing or performing congregational chanting,
आनंद आता है
the bliss that we enjoy
समुद्र जितना आनंद फिर भी
as if
इसका कुछ तो होगा
compared to ocean. So if we have to ask that what is the meter, that how much bliss we can enjoy, so there might be some meter. So please listen.
भगवान कृष्ण
The Lord Himself,
कृष्ण ईश्वर
He is the Supreme Personality of the Godhead.
बताइए संसार में सबसे
He
ज्यादा
is the Lord,
कौन होगा
and who can be the most happiest of all? Because He Himself is the epitome of bliss.
कृष्ण संकीर्तन करने वाला
So a person who enjoys congregational chanting gets more bliss,
कृष्ण जितने सुखी है
enjoys more bliss than Lord Himself.
कौन है कृष्ण का कीर्तन करने वाला बताइए भगवान से
Just imagine
सुख चाहिए
that if we want the bliss that is
कीर्तन करना होगा
even far greater than the Lord enjoys, then we need to perform congregational chanting of the Lord
महाप्रभु का
holy name.
ये
So
पर्व मनाया
recently we have celebrated the appearance day of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
का जन्म क्यों हुआ
And why was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu
उसका मूल उद्देश्य ये
appeared or manifested? And the main reason behind was that in Dwapar Yuga, Krishna saw, I am the Lord and Radha is my devotee,
मेरी सेवा करके मेरा
and Srimati Radharani serves me, and by
आनंद लूट
doing congregational chanting and serving, she is enjoying the bliss that even I am unable to enjoy.
भगवान होकर भी मैं
So
घाटे में
although I am the Lord, but I am at loss. And they are devotees and they are enjoying more happiness and bliss than me.
भगवान ने सोचा
Therefore, the Lord thought,
प्रेम कई छन मधुरिमा कई छन सुखे ती हो भोर ये तीन वांछित धन ब्रजे नाहैलो पूरण की करीबो ना पाइल और राधा का प्रेम कैसा है
so how is love of Srimati Radharani
मधुरिमा कैसी है
and what is the
मेरा नाम कीर्तन करने से राधा को
mellow
किस
behind that
सुख मिल रहा है
and what kind of bliss she is enjoying?
मंदिर में आकर हरे
So
कृष्ण नाचते हैं
the devotees come and dance in the temple, and I stand there like a stone. So all these are enjoying, they are dancing,
आनंद आनंद वो हो रहा है और मैं
and they are in bliss and ecstasy, and I sit there like a stone.
आनंदी
So
सुखी तो मेरे डिवोटी हैं
my devotees are far more blissful than me. Those get bliss by just
मेरे नाम संकीर्तन
calling my name.
महिमा है उससे
So what are the glories
क्वांटिटी में
and what is the bliss? How much ecstasy and what quality of happiness we get?
मुझे ये जानना
So the Lord had this desire. I need to know. And what he has to do? He,
कृष्ण ने सोचा
I have to become a devotee. So Krishna thought that I will have to become a devotee. And therefore, Lord Shri Krishna came with the mellow of Radharani as and manifested as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
नाम का कीर्तन किया
And he himself chanted his own holy names.
का सुख नहीं मिला वो
So
भगवान ने
by being the Lord himself, he has not enjoyed the bliss of chanting the holy names, but he got this bliss when he chanted the holy names of himself, because Krishna's name give more bliss than even Krishna himself. Because when a person does congregational chanting, he is doing it for what? For the happiness of the Lord. But because the devotee is surrendered and sheltered under the Lord, so and it works everything for the Lord, so it does the chanting for the Lord's happiness. But first, happiness is enjoyed by the devotee, and then afterwards by the Lord. So remember the previous example. So there is a cold weather, and you need hot water, and you are in a village. So what are you supposed to do? You will fill a pot with water, and you need to keep it on the stove. So you've kept the pot water on the stove. Why? Because we want hot water. So to keep the pot, the goal is not to heat the pot, but to heat the water. So the goal is to heat the pot, heat the water, not the pot. But if I ask you a question, then when we keep the pot on the stove, then will the pot become hot more, and then the water will become hot. Similarly, the devotee does Sankirtan for the Lord, but the devotees enjoy the bliss first and Krishna later. So let me give you an example from the city life. You have a beautiful car and you have a driver, and it's summertime. You're sitting behind and the driver is driving the car, and you say that you just start the air conditioner. So the driver will start the air conditioner. So the driver starts the air conditioner for whom? For his master.
करने का उद्देश्य क्या है?
So his goal is for the master. But once the air conditioner is started, who will get the air first? So the air will pass through the driver first and later to the master or the owner of the car. Similarly, a devotee chants the holy names of the Lord or does the congregational chanting, so he enjoys the bliss before even then the Lord. So in this manner, Anand Amputi Vardhana means if the devotees enjoy more bliss than the Lord himself by doing the congregational chanting. So there is a question here. In this world, also there is some material happiness. So if you get something good to eat or drink, you enjoy that. And we cannot ignore that. So if we are hungry and you get a pizza, pasta, or whatever you like, and you get it, you will become happy. But the problem is that we are hungry and pizza is our favorite and we got it. So the more we eat it, the happiness will keep on diminishing, reducing. So by listening to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, that by doing congregational chanting we will get bliss, so that also will keep on diminishing. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives the sixth adjective. He said, no, it will increase the bliss, ocean of our bliss, like you will get the bliss like ocean, and the more you perform congregational chanting, Pratipadam Purna Amrit Asvadanam. So the more you do congregational chanting, the bliss will keep on increasing day by day, manifold. So the pleasure of this material world keeps on diminishing, but the bliss in congregational chanting keeps on increasing. No matter what a great movie, if you see once or twice, you will enjoy. But if you see later, again and again, you will not enjoy that much.
फिर दूसरी बार कम और कम और कम. इस दुनिया में
So in this world, everything that we have,
धीरे 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 घटते जाता है.
they keep on diminish. Their pleasure keeps on diminishing, but the pleasure or bliss of congregational chanting keeps on increasing.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I guess there is some kind of disconnection. So, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We'll take a moment. Just a moment. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It is because of some kind of technical issues. I see that Prabhuji is not in the Zoom. I guess he has joined here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. We'll take a moment to Hare Krishna. So anyways, we are finding difficulty to get Prabhuji back into this platform. Maybe हमारे लिए ये थोड़ा आनंद अधूरा रह जाएगा क्योंकि since we see that there is some technical issues and which may take some time. Anyways, क्योंकि वैसे भी समय हो चुका है. So if Prabhuji is, I guess
आनंद अधूरा क्यों रहेगा?
ठीक
जब
है,
बात पूर्ण अमृत की हो रही है, जब बात प्रतिपदम पूर्णामृता
We
स्वादिनम,
are talking about Pratipadam Purna Amrit Aswadanam.
कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. અમિત નારાયણ પ્રભુએ દાણા વાળી લીધા હતા. सो आइए जो थोड़ा बहुत शेष भाग बाकी है.
So so I was saying that Pratipadam Purna Amrit Aswadanam. So in this material world, as compared to nectar, there cannot be anything better than that. So is there anything better than nectar? No. So it implies that you might have drunk nectar. If you have drunk it, then please share it with us as well. But we have heard about it, that as compared to nectar, there is nothing as tastier than that. Similarly, in the spiritual world, except love, there is nothing far better than that. So once the love arouses, then all the instruments
भगवान श्री
of
कृष्ण की
devotion,
स्फूर्ति होने लगती हैं।
we experience the Lord Himself.
लोग बैठे हैं, right?
So many people are sitting here
सुन रहे हैं।
and everybody is listening to the pastimes of the Lord.
जितना
But
अधिक प्रेम प्रकट
the more the devotee has love towards the Lord,
प्रत्येक
the more
प्रत्येक
in each and every word
जितना अधिक
he will enjoy
स्फूर्ति का
more and experience Krishna more in each and every word
और कृष्ण
that is being
पूर्ण आनंद
spoken.
स्वरूप है।
And Krishna is
सो कृष्ण
complete
पूर्ण आनंद स्वरूप है और
with
प्रेम
bliss
प्रकट हो चुका है।
or epitome of bliss.
इसलिए जब स्मरण कीर्तन
So
स्मरण
when
करते हैं तो प्रत्येक शब्द में प्रत्येक पद
we remember,
आनंद का अनुभव होता है। रूप
then at every step we experience bliss and ecstasy, because Lord is bliss personified. So this love is the last stage of devotional service. So Pratipada Purna Amrit Aswadanam is the stage of love towards the Lord.
सांद्रानंद विशेषात्मा और कृष्णा कर्षिणी च सा बताते हैं।
And that is what Rup Goswami refers to in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, or Nectar of Devotion. The name, form, and pastimes of the Lord
अमृत का आस्वादन क्यों होता है?
are filled with
इसका एक
nectar.
कारण ये है
And what is the reason behind it?
श्री कृष्ण के
And the
गुण,
reason
रूप,
is
नाम, लीला,
that his name, form, pastimes,
उसका एक स्वभाव
etc., has one
हर
nature.
माधुर्य नित्य नव नव है। भगवान जो है ना
So the Lord
हर सेकंड कुछ नए होते हैं। ध्यान से सुनिए।
every second keeps on changing. He is new
उसका
at every moment.
गुण है।
So it is his quality or nature
समझिए
or form
हर
that
सेकंड
he is ever changing.
कुछ नए।
Every second he keeps on changing.
अब मैं आपको क्या
He is new. What example shall I give you?
समझने के लिए पकड़ने के लिए
So to understand,
आप गंगा नदी में खड़े हो हरिद्वार
if you stand on the banks of Ganga Ji,
कनाडा वाले नाइग्रा फॉल खड़े हैं
and people of US Canada are standing on the banks of Niagara. So you are standing there,
के पांव को टच करके जो पानी गया वो
and
गया
the water that touched you and passed, it passed. So every second
पानी मिलेगा
you will get new water. You cannot say that the water is getting repeated. No.
प्रति क्षण प्रति सेकंड गंगा
So every moment
नया होता है
the water keeps on changing in River Ganges.
कृष्ण का
Similarly,
सेकंड कुछ
the Lord's form also changes every second.
कुछ नहीं कुछ अलग
Every pastime keeps on changing as well, every time.
कुछ भौतिक जगत के रसिक लोग हैं
So there are some people who are involved in materialist people.
नया
So
नया हो तो आनंद
that
एक टाइप के मूवी में आनंद
if we see the same movie again and again, we won't relish it. So it should have something different, similar. So the pastimes of the Lord and his form are not
घड़ी हर
similar.
कुछ नया
Every moment it keeps on changing.
अमार माधुर्य नित्य नव नव है कृष्ण का माधुर्य नित्य नवीन
So
है
Krishna's Madhurya
ठीक उसी प्रकार
is
कृष्ण में और कृष्ण के
new
में कोई अंतर
every time. And so Krishna's name and form are non-different. So when we chant the holy names of the Lord, and when we are at the stage of love
को कुछ नई
towards the Lord,
दिलाता है
then it gives us new experience every time.
भक्तों हम और आप ये जो कथा सुन रहे हैं ना
So
श्रीमद्
devotees, whatever the Katha we are listening, what is the exact name?
महापुराण
So it is referred to as Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran.
महापुराण अब श्रीमद् तो आपको पता है भागवत
So Srimad, you're aware, you know Puran also, but in Puran there is one more word that is added, that is Mahapuran.
ये महा का अर्थ होता है
So this Maha means
पुराना श्रीमद् भागवत
old.
ऐसा है पुराण पुराण
So
नहीं है
it is not Puran.
पुराण केवल गरुड़ पुराण वो
The
महापुराण
Garud Puran is just a Garud Puran.
महापुराण नहीं
It is not Garud Mahapuran.
भागवत महापुराण
But Srimad Bhagavat is Mahapuran
पुराना और महापुराण
because
बहुत
Puran means old, but Maha, when we add Maha, that means it means very old. Mahan is very or great. So Srimad Bhagavatam is extremely old, but don't we experience everything new on a daily basis? Let me share my own experience. So,
55वीं 54वीं जो भी है
so the whatever katha number is like 354 or 355. So sometimes we repeat the pastime as we have heard the pastime of Haridas Thakur. So how many times have we heard or spoken the same? But whenever we listen, let me share my experience. I experience something new every day, and I guarantee that whenever you listen, you also experience something new,
ये भगवान की लीला का स्वरूप है
because that is the form
है महापुराना
of the pastimes of the Lord.
स्वरूप कैसा है
So although it's very old, but its nature is that every time you listen, you will feel that it is something new. So when we get a new phone, how much we get in, so there is enjoyment in anything new. So the Lord is always new,
हर समय नया भगवान
and his name is always new. His pastimes are always new, and therefore
हमेशा वर्धन होते जाता है
the happiness or ecstasy keeps on increasing manifold every time.
और एक पॉइंट पर हम चर्चा करें प्रतिपदम
So let's uh,
ये पद शब्द
discuss
बड़ा
this word pratipadam. So this padam word here is very powerful.
एक
So
होता है
this
प्रसंग
pad, so pad means
प्रसंग में अनेकों
an event. So there can be many verses for that event.
चरण होते हैं
So in that also there can be two steps,
पद होता है तो
and
ये
then there is a verse.
की गई है
So here they're talking about this pad.
ये पॉइंट
So please listen carefully.
आपका ध्यान खींचना चाहता हूँ
I just want to attract your attention towards this point.
भागवत नहीं
The whole,
भागवत का एक
not the whole Bhagavad, not even one event of or pastime of Bhagavatam, not even a verse, but even one word of a verse, Pratipadam.
या हरि कथा का एक
So the Lord's name or just a
और उसमें पूर्ण
verse of the Lord is also complete. And there is complete nectar, ocean of nectar in that.
हरि नाम
Do you understand?
कृष्ण बोलते हो
So
कृष्ण का
when we speak Krishna, so even
पूर्ण है
is complete. No is also complete in itself.
कोई भी एक श्लोक भी पूर्ण
So
है आधा श्लोक भी
one
पूर्ण है
verse or half verse of Bhagavatam is also complete. Even one word
ये
is
पॉइंट यहाँ पर कहा
complete.
जा रहा है
So this is what is being said.
प्रत्येक पद पूर्ण है और प्रत्येक
Each and
पद
every word is complete,
इसलिए
and because they're complete,
स्वादनम
therefore it gives nectar.
आप कहोगे कैसे ये कैसे
So
पॉसिबल
you will see how is it possible. So I will say
ईश उपनिषद
in this manner.
उपनिषद है ना उनमें से एक
So out of 108 Upanishads, there is one
उपनिषद का
Upanishad, that is Isopnishad, and the first mantra of Isopnishad is
पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेव वसिष्यते ओम शांति 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 ये शांति कहाँ से घुसा दी मुझे आज तक समझ में नहीं आया ये श्लोक तो है ये तो
this verse is there in Isopnishad. It's written.
शांति 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 तू
But
रख हम
people have added Shanti.
आप देखोगे
You keep some peace. Why you're speaking? So people speak this mantra, but they add Om Shanti Shanti.
का पहला श्लोक है
So this is the first verse of. So they've just started.
अंतिम श्लोक में होती है
So Shanti should be at the end,
शांति करो
not
बंदा सो जाए
in the beginning. People will sleep.
खैर जो भी है इस उपनिषद का ये प्रसिद्ध श्लोक
So
है
this is the famous verse of Ishopnishad.
कहा गया
And what is said in this verse?
भगवान
So Om means Lord Shri Krishna.
प्रथम भूतम कृष्ण कृष्ण कैसे हैं?
So how is Krishna?
वो पूर्ण है,
So Purnamada. So he is complete.
पूर्णमिद उसका सब कुछ पूर्ण है।
And whatever belongs to him is also complete. So
पूर्णात वो कृष्ण पूर्ण है,
Purnat. So he is complete.
से पूर्ण
And if from that complete whole,
निकाल देंगे
if we take something out,
तो जो पूर्ण में से जो
so
निकलेगा
whatever is taken out is also complete in itself.
पूर्ण है,
Because Krishna himself is complete whole,
वो भी पूर्ण
and whatever is extracted from him, that also will remain whole.
आदाय पूर्ण से आपने पूर्ण निकाल दिया तो जो
So if we
शेष
take,
बचेगा
and whatever is remaining after taking something out, that also will be complete whole. Because the Lord himself is complete.
चैतन्य महाप्रभु कहने
And that is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is inferring here,
भगवान पूर्ण है,
that the Lord is complete,
है वो भी
and whatever comes from him is also complete,
पूर्ण है,
and whatever is remaining, that also is complete in itself. So
भगवान
now,
और भागवत में कोई अंतर नहीं है,
the Lord and Bhagavatam are non-different.
कृष्ण में और भागवत में कोई अंतर नहीं है। तो जैसे भगवान में से आप थोड़ा
So,
सा निकाल दो तो वो
as the Lord,
तो उस भागवत में से कोई
so even
आप
even from Bhagavatam, you take one event, a pastime, that also is considered to be complete. Forget about the pastime. If you take one verse, that also is complete. If you even take one word, a word,
चैतन्य
or
महाप्रभु
alphabet, that also is complete in itself.
ये उन लोगों के लिए मैं कह रहा हूँ
So I'm telling this for people. They organize the Bhagavatam Katha, and then they say that we have thought that we will be the birth of Ram or Krishna or something of that. Sometimes people want to listen in wholesale, but by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev, what have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us? Even if we listen less, but whatever we listen, it should be complete.
उतना पूर्ण सुनो, क्योंकि भागवत के प्रत्येक पद पूर्ण है,
Because Bhagavad, each and every pad and word are complete in itself, as the Lord himself is complete whole. So here we are talking about congregational chanting. So as the Lord and
प्रत्येक पद कृष्ण की तरह पूर्ण है,
Bhagavatam, similarly his name are also complete in itself,
आनंद का अनुभव आनंद का
and therefore it gives endless bliss and ecstasy.
आस्वादनम जो है ना,
So this Pratipadam Purna Amrit Asvadanam,
आनंद
as we have heard about Anand Ambudhi Vardhanam,
तो सिद्ध हो
so here
उसे
this practicing practitioner of devotional service
और इस अवस्था
who is now being accomplished,
भगवान की लीला
so he
दर्शन होने लगता है,
sees the Lord, but in the sixth stage he is able to see the pastimes of the Lord while performing the congregational chanting.
मेरे की रील होती है वैसे आती है,
The pastimes of the Lord play in front of his eyes, and in every
पॉइंट में आनंद का अनुभव करता है,
word he enjoys the Lord's ecstasy,
भगवत
and that experience,
शिल प्रभुपाद जी की कृपा से
and by the mercy of the Lord and Srila Prabhupada,
जीवन में देखा,
and we have seen in the life of our Guru Maharaj in which manner our Gurudev,
गोविंद गोस्वामी महाराज
His Holiness Radha Govind Goswami Maharaj,
पद पद में
in every part of the Katha and every verse and every pastime, he used to enjoy the bliss and ecstasy.
वे अपने आनंद को
Initially,
बहुत प्रयास
he used to stop that
की बहाड़
bliss, but when he is overwhelmed
आंखों से आंसू
emotion, then it comes in the form of tears.
हमने गुरुदेव को बड़े
We
करीब
have seen our Guru Maharaj enjoying this bliss
कभी कृष्ण कथा
during Ram Katha or sometimes in
गोपियों के
Krishna Katha,
ये लीला
during the Madhurya Leela of Gopis, or when he
को प्रसंग में
pulled the Govardhan
आपकी तरह
mountain.
पहले
So I also used to sit in the first row to listen to him.
देखने का
So we have been very fortunate to see it from very near.
ये अवस्था आ जाती है,
So when this stage of bhakti is that stage, when a person enjoys the bliss in each and every verse, we have seen that portrait in the life of our Guru Maharaj, and we seek the blessings and mercy that this enjoy and bliss and whatever we have seen in our Guru Maharaj's life, if we get just a drop of that ocean in our life, then our life will be successful. Hare Krishna. You all have been listening with so much patience and love. I'm really grateful to all of you, and I especially want to thank you all, especially the organizers of this Katha, the whole Patel family, Shri Naresh Bhai and Braj Vilasini Mataji, Trupti Ben, Sangeeta Ben, Durlabh Bhai. I'm really thankful to all of you. You have organized this Katha and you've taken the time. I'm aware that you all are very busy. You have your business and work, but you have left everything aside and you're sitting and listening to this Bhagavatam. I'm really thankful to you, all of you. Only the last day is remaining and 2 qualities are remaining. So we will listen about the same tomorrow and we'll try to increase our interest in the holy names of the Lord. So let's conclude the session, today's session with Jai Jaikar.
भागवतम महापुराण की, श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की।